Well, if you've been watching my videos that I've been making, you will recall what my studio used to look like. It had oil paintings everywhere, but I'm going to be teaching some classes in watercolor. So, there they are, my beautiful watercolors, my beautiful brushes and pencils, let's see, where are they? Oh well, we'll get there. Here's some that I've started over here. You wouldn't believe it, it's so nice and clean out here right now. Anyway, so I'm switching back to the medium that I used to use, which is watercolor. And I added watercolor sticks or crayons. Wonderful stuff. That's one I'm working on right now. And this is one I just started today. Oh, here's the watercolor crayons. Ooh, they're lovely. You can use them wet or dry and draw into things and make a mess. But anyway, this is the painting I started yesterday, and that's what I think I'm going to be working on, because I've got to get my chops back, because I haven't done watercolor in a couple of years because of an injury. But I raised my table, and I'm hoping that I'll be able to do it without hurting myself. So here we go, back to my beginnings 25 years ago, watercolor. Okay, and with my nice clean mat, I've decided that this is the direction that most appeals to me. It's going in and it's going up, and so there's a lot of energy. And so this is where I'm going to start. Not really sure what it's going to be yet. I don't worry about that stuff right at the beginning, because I like to do what's called freestart. And so you just kind of take off and go where the painting wants you to go. And the first thing I like to do, although this is way too dark, is kind of start carving out the picture. And I don't think that makes sense to me for some reason, even though it's way too dark. Well, that's a beautiful, happy accident right there. I like that. Let's get a different one. This is way too dark of a green. And you just start going around things and, you know, hoping that somewhere in all of this you will find what you're painting. Like I said, I never know what it's going to be at the beginning. Soften that out. Beautiful. Out. Way back at the dawn of time, excuse my head, I would not even allow myself to use something as opaque as Naples yellow, but now that I've grown up and decided I don't want to live by those rules anymore, Naples yellow is in my toolbox, my palette, and I like it. Very light, but it is opaque. So if you're doing opaque, if you're doing transparent watercolor, don't you be using Naples yellow. No, no, no. I think we need some more of this. Beautiful shape right here. And I like to take it and just smooth it out on one side. See how it kind of just makes it disappear. So you've just got a corner left. Let's see what other things. Thank you for driving by. Okay, so you begin to find things that you're carving away at. And we should start to see something emerge. So I'll play with this for a minute, and I'll be right back. Okay, so it turned into wine glasses, even though this little shape in this direction looked like someone's thumbnail. When I turned it over, it looked like a little tiny wine glass. what I'm going to do here with this is, see the big ones? There's starting to be big wine glasses in here, and these are going to kind of be like the reflections of light in these big glasses that are turning out to be sort of the same shapes, miniaturized as the big glasses. Okay, so I got about this far, and I'm losing some of my light, so what I'm doing right now is getting back some of my whites. I've painted a whole bunch of paintings of wine glasses, and I can't even drink wine. It makes me sick. I'm sorry, but it makes me sick. Gin glasses, however, are a little, round things, and they don't look like anything in particular, so I like to paint wine glasses. I'm going to give myself some light right up in here for the rim of this glass, and you kind of have to just feather it in. This is something I love. So this right here, see this? This is paper showing through. This is the paper. And that's the paper, and that's the paper. And this is something that I think is particularly exciting and special, and everything else about watercolor is that the paper showing through, I think, is the brightest possible white you can ever get doing anything. I don't care how much titanium you use, it just never glows like that little piece of the paper showing through. You just can't get that any other way except with watercolor, and this is what I've really been missing. So I'm glad I decided to do this class. I don't know enough about oil painting to teach it. This I know about. Okay, so there's a shape here that's a big wine glass. There's the top. There's a shape here, and there's one here. Now, the tiny shapes and the big shapes are too far apart, so I need a shape that's in between this big and this small to tie it all together. Mama, Papa, baby. That's the way I've been taught to compose things. So far I think it looks really nice. It's sparkly and has lots of nice glassy sort of look to it. Now I need to go in and sneak in a size between this and this, and it'll be pretty close to done. This is a really small picture for me. I don't usually paint this small, but I think it's off to a good start. Here is the finished product. I put a few more black lines in. I don't think I took any more white out, but I just wanted to define it a little more with dark lines. Fini!